experience. Each dedicated to helping you navigate the complex accounting landscape, and who believe that giving back is the best way to keep us all moving forward. So what makes Henry & Peters a great accounting firm? Well, when you put your trust in us, you get all of that, and so much more. Henry & Peters, more than accounting.
Thank you so much, Henry & Peters. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce the man at the center of today's program. Smith County Judge Neil Franklin is in every sense a product of this place. He was born here, raised here, and has spent his entire professional life serving the people of East Texas. He served as City of Tyler Fire Chief, a role that demands you run toward the thing everyone else is running from. He served as General Manager of ETMC EMS. He served as Precinct 1 Commissioner, and since November 2022, he has served as our Smith County Judge. Along the way, he's also facilitated leadership and strategic planning training for Core Insights, because he believes at his core that strong communities are built by strong leaders, and strong leaders are made, not born. He and his wife, Valley, have been married for 40 years. Just recently, happy anniversary, Neil and Valley. And they came back early from Aruba to be here with us today, so we should appreciate that. They were born here, they built their lives here, they raised their 3 children here, and they love on their 4 grandchildren here. Smith County is not just where Judge Franklin works, it is who he is. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Neil Franklin, Smith County Judge. And joining him will be Brian Grant, his former boss at Core Insights, the president of Core Insights, for the special presentation.
Mine's works too.
Yeah, I apologize for sticking my rear end at y'all. I've got a lot of things to hold here. So this year we decided to do something different. I watched other leaders in other luncheons that they had. They were being lazy and sitting down, so I thought, why not me? And so I hollered at Brian, and he said, let's do it.
I said, I can sit and I can read. I'm good.
I mean, as they talked about me serving everyone, but she followed up with my wife, has 40 years of service as Valley's husband. How about that?
All right, so I've got a few questions here, and some of them are tough and some of them might not be, so we'll see. All right, so Judge, we always thank our sponsors, but I don't think everyone realizes what an important role they play in making this occasion possible each year. So who's demonstrating their support today?
Yeah, our sponsors this year mean even more. I know Horror Construction, this has been quite a time. The construction period and all our meetings, really special bonds that we built. What they said on their video is true. Fitzpatrick Architects, it's just been phenomenal, continues to be phenomenal, the relationship there. Henry & Peters, I saw my friends a while ago. Anyway, we came in together just a bit ago, and Southside Bank, thank y'all so much. This means a lot. We couldn't hold this without your contribution, so thank you very much.
All right. And the pregame was amazing with the musicians, so tell us a little more about him.
Yes, I started a couple of years ago bringing folks up to play some music. I thought, hey, I will be entertained. And so this year it's Heath Walker and his lovely wife, Casey. They're at my table. Y'all raise your hands. Were they phenomenal? That was fantastic. In fact, as they were playing and I walked through, they said, a couple of people said, can he just keep playing and you not say anything? Sorry. Yeah.
All right, so here's a question that many wanted me to ask, because this is related back to some previous sessions. And so you recently celebrated a birthday. Did you get any golf balls again this year?
Yes, I did receive a lot. So I must tell you, I'm waving the white flag. I don't need any more golf balls, guys. I don't have time to play golf. So I don't need them. Please don't spend any more money on me. I love you, and I love all the birthday wishes. That's phenomenal. But y'all don't have to spend any more money on golf balls anymore.
Okay, so it's not because you've gotten better at golf.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
It's not that.
All right, so in the past you shared that you wanted to be Batman when you grew up. So two questions. Do you still want to be Batman? And how does your role as judge match up with your Batman dream?
Okay, so Batman, yes, it was my initial dream. And if you can see, that's my older brother there that I'm punching out when I was a little kid. I love that picture. And he's now a doctor, so I can't go see him because he remembers those days. Yeah. And here is my current role. And so if you look at them side by side, essentially, it's the same job, just different outfits. So,
Wow, I feel like we should just leave that up for quite a while. All right, so I know morale and culture and all of that is big to you, and so you may want to brag on your Smith County team. Are there department leaders you would like to introduce to us this year?
yes, absolutely. We have so many remarkable co-workers in the county. They're not in the limelight, and they really should be. There are 5 that I want to tell you about today. And the first could not make it today. This is Tanya Rawlings. She had a family emergency. She's our treasurer. Ms. Rawlings has worked for Smith County for 19 years and has been assistant treasurer since 2016. She was sworn in to serve as treasurer on Friday, August 1st, 2025. Next up is Chad Hogue. He's our fire marshal. Marshal Hogue was appointed to serve Smith County Fire Marshal on September 19th, 2023. Hogue has worked at Smith County Fire Marshal's office as Assistant Emergency Management Coordinator and Deputy Fire Marshal since January of 2017. Next up is Chandlin Barnett, who is our law librarian. Chandlin began serving as our law librarian in September of 24. She previously worked for Smith County Juvenile Services and most recently served as Smith County Law Library Assistant. Next up is Michael Roark, who leads our Veteran Service Office out at Camp Video. Michael served in the U.S. Army, lived and worked in Sweden before moving back to Tyler in 2012, where he began working as Assistant Veteran Service Officer. In 2014, Mike took over as Veteran Service Officer and as Veteran Court Program Director. And finally, we have our newest department leader, Timothy Hollis. He was appointed as the new budget officer on Thursday, January 29th. He comes to Smith County from Huntington, where he received his MBA from Texas A&M University of Commerce. His work, I heard a couple of his work history includes the Angelina Junior College District in the position of Senior Financial Analyst for Brookshire Brothers Incorporated. So the individuals that are here, if you would please stand up that I just recognized. Let's give them a hand. Thank you and all the other leadership in the room from the county. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys.
All right, so Neil, those of us who follow you on social media know that you like to take your department leaders on field trips. So if you would tell us why you do that and where you've gone recently.
Yeah, I'm going to answer the first part. There's several reasons. We always are excited to witness best practices out in the community. We've got some wonderful businesses and manufacturers out in the private sector, and we can learn from them. But it's also to let the organizations meet us, and we can find out, is there something that we can do better for them, any concerns that they have, and how we can better support them. So there's been 3 tours. Let me get to it. These are the 3 tours that we've recently taken. John Soul's Foods, and Tyler Pike, and the Lindale Candy Company. Lindale Candy Company was really fun. That was a lot of fun. All the others were fantastic too, but that just was pretty sweet there.
All right. So with your emphasis on community, tell us about the new rodeo associated with the East Texas State Fair and how that has been successful.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about the fair's first PRCA sanctioned rodeo right here in Smith County. It was sold out 3 nights in a row with over 7,500 people got to witness these pro athletes. My wife and I were included in that group. Our rodeo was nominated for Medium Rodeo of the Year, which placed it in the top 5 rodeos among nearly 800 PRCA events. And I saw Cody back there. Cody Rosenbaum was back here. Michael Stoltz, thank you for all your work you did to make this a reality. Really special time. Thank you.
So how is the new location working out for the East Texas?
Oh, there's the picture right there. I'm sorry, my clicker went. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
That's sharp. All right. So how's the new location working out for the East Texas Fair?
Well, it actually, I want to back up just a minute because I failed to tell you something. We actually, I get to brag on Smith County again as well. We won the Roundup Day Best Business Participant in that beautiful buckle. In fact, I'm not really wearing it today. It's in play. But it's amazing, and we love being part of that rodeo. Okay, now I will talk to you about the fair. And the East Texas Fair, you know, I think it's working out very well in the new location, but I'll let a recent economic impact study prove that fact for you. The study estimated the fair has an overall impact of $28 million to our region and nearly $1 million in sales tax revenue to the city and county. I would say that's pretty awesome.
Say those numbers again. Those are pretty significant.
$28 million to the region, $1 million in sales tax to the city and county.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, so I know that each year you introduced your theme at this event. Last year was collaboration. What is this year's theme?
Yes, this year we're still collaborating. We're still really busy collaborating. But this year's theme is pressing forward. And I call it pressing forward because it represents a lot of projects that we're completing. It represents starting new ones and facing any challenges that we may have head on. So we're working as a team, and I want to continue lifting people up, each other up, as we press forward.
All right, can you give us an update on some of those projects that really represent that pressing forward theme?
Yeah, Brian, I think right off the bat, Smith County roads, we've got over 1,200 miles of roads, and our road and bridge engineer and his team, they've got one of those jobs that you never get finished with. It just continues. And there's so much work for them to do across the county. One thing I realized was we weren't really pushing it out how much roads and all the road work that was getting done on social media as much as I wanted. And so we've really made a priority to do that in the future. One thing I'd like for you to do, though, if you see a pothole, this is getting down to the weeds, but if you see a pothole or some problem with a road out there, make sure you report it to our Road and Bridge Department or to your precinct commissioner. Call them, let them know, because oftentimes we drive past something thinking that surely that's been reported, and it's not been reported. So they have to know before they can make that repair.
All right, so your facility service team has moved into a new facility. Tell us how you're moving forward with the plan for their previous office.
I apologize to you again. I've got a little bit more to talk about before we go that way.
Hey, Neil, is there more? Could you tell us more?
I'm a politician. I can steer him away from the question he really asked, right? All right. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm still talking about the projects. All right. So Brian and I are old friends, you got to understand. The most obvious project that we have is the new courthouse. And I gotta tell y'all, we're still on track for December of 26. We are really excited. In fact, I want to show a video. I know y'all saw the earlier video of floor construction, but y'all need to see this video.
We're here tonight to set the upper and lower domes on the Smith County Courthouse. It'll be another great milestone for floor construction as well as our client, Smith County.
Father, thank you so much for this day that you've given us in calm winds. Father, these men that are dedicated to doing this job well, and may it be an example to the community and them see work well done.
The lift is complete for the lower dome. The lift went extremely well. Our process and our plan worked to perfection. So we feel really good about where we're at right now and all the effort and the time we put into making a safe lift landing.
Gave me chill bumps at first, and I kind of had a tear in my eye the first time I saw it. So that's really awesome. What a moment. Very special. Thank y'all for that. So the next massive undertaking is the move to the new facility. We've got to move from the current courthouse over. You can imagine the logistics involved with this. So we've been working. We've got to keep everything secure, everything safe, but we also have to get those courts moved over. And I appreciate all our judges who are here today and their court teams. They've been wonderful to work with as we plan this move. Working together is key. One project I do want to talk about, I'm going to let you talk in a minute, Brian, but I'm going to keep going. One project I want to talk about is one that has not drawn the fanfare due to the courthouse, but it's been planned and needed for years, and it's complete. And it's actually our facility services headquarters, and it took the place in the old location of the old Ghost State lumberyard. Administration was on Ferguson, and they were separated from their team, and so the new facility has worked out extremely well getting them together, so we were excited to do that. Now, cue Brian Brand.
All right, so when will the animal shelter project be completed?
Well, we love it when everything comes together, brother. Let me show you here. So this is the previous facility. Smith County Animal Shelter is the blue, outlined in blue, and then the green is the old facilities office, the administration. So it's right next door. So we were able to place our animal control office in the previous facilities building, which gives them much more space, and they've got a generous area for a break room for both areas, the shelter and the animal control, and we're really excited about this. But the best part is the next slide. See the green space out back? We were able to scrape together ARPA money from other ARPA projects that had leftovers, and we were able to pool that money, and we're going to end up having the green space for the dogs, and we're so excited about that project. As you can see from this rendering too, here, it'll be a more welcoming area when the entire project is completed. And this is Fitzpatrick Architects have done this work for us, and we appreciate them so much on this. So we're truly excited about that. And now I want to give a public service announcement that I do every year. Please spay and neuter your pets. And come adopt your next family member from Smith County Animal Shelter. Please do that.
All right, so you talked about quite a few projects. Can you give us any hints on any upcoming projects?
Well, first thing I need to answer that question you asked me just a minute ago. This project is going to be done by December of 26, so it's got to be completed this year with the ARPA funding, and so we're working really hard to make that happen. All right, now, yes, I can, Brian. I can tell you about this. So these aren't actually new projects. These are still pending in our East Side, Operation East Side is what I kind of dubbed it. We'd still like to get all our county offices that can feasibly be moved onto the East Side campus downtown to have them down there. That includes records, the tax office, Texas A&M AgriLife, all over there. We also have 2 of our JP courts and constable offices that need to move to more suitable locations. So we have some storage needs as well that we're trying to address. And let me be clear with this. Our plans are, this is pay as you go. We're not talking about any kind of bonds coming forward. It's all pay as you go. So we're excited about working towards that as we move forward.
All right, so 2 years ago, you announced the creation of an organization called the Smith County Prayer Force. How's that going?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked me that question. The board of the Smith County Prayer Force and the president of that board, Larry Melhart, is here. Wave your hand, Larry. He's at my table too. I'm so proud of them. They have done a remarkable job of pushing this out and moving forward. The pictures there are all from our inaugural banquet where we had first responders and their dates got a free meal. We served them a free, delicious meal, and we had a keynote address from Congressman Nathaniel Moran. So I want everyone, if you're not familiar with this organization, please visit smithcountyprayerforce.org. You can sign up as a prayer warrior, or if you're a first responder, please sign up. Just sign up, and the only name that we get is your first name and your last initial. You're not going to get hassle or anything. All you're going to do is get prayed for. So it's a really special thing. So thank you.
All right, so Neil, I know that you have a real heart and appreciation for Camp V. Talk about the difference they've made in our community.
Oh my gosh, Camp V, we love our veterans in Smith County, but Camp V has been a game changer. It's been the anchor that has drawn all the resources together. A one-stop shop, in other words, but it includes our Veteran Services offices out there. The number of veterans being served across the board is truly skyrocketed out there. And and speaking of sky, just when you think Camp V's air show cannot get any better, check out this video. Singing that right there. All right, that's wonderful. And where's all our Camp V folks? Wave your hands. All right. Love you guys.
All right, another thing you really care about is economic development.
answer this question, economic development is a priority, and this is why. We're a fiscally conservative community, but we've learned if we can help create conditions for private investors to experience success, then you and I, Brian, as taxpayers, will benefit. When new companies decide to establish here or existing companies decide to grow, we all benefit. Employees shop, spend money locally. Families make Smith County home, like all these folks from Hoare Construction. And local taxing entities ultimately see increased revenue. On a side note, last year, about 1,000 jobs were added in Smith County. That's about 3 new jobs per day. So in the past, we've discussed, I know at this, we've discussed Amazon, Yellowwood, and those, but there are a lot of employers that have been here a long time that keep investing in our community. And I know whenever you start listing people, you're going to mess up and not include everybody, so I apologize right now. So our hospital systems, Brookshire Grocery Company, Train, Everett Trucking, Tyler Pipe, Highland Dairy, just to name a few. Highland Dairy, if you don't know, over on East Urban, it just invested over $100 million in their plant right here in our county. That's incredible.
Yeah, and the amount of milk they produce, it's amazing, amazing. All right, so we know you have duties very similar to a city manager, but for the county. You also have judicial duties. Can you share about what those duties entail?
Yes, I often say I'm like the mayor and the city managers together, but for the county, I always joke with them that it takes 2 of them to do my job. So the position of county, it's all in jest, you know. All right. The position of county judge in Texas has a requirement that they must do judicial duties. These duties are varied depending on the county, including minor criminal cases, probate, mental health commitments, and mine, for the most part, is mental health commitments. Unfortunately, we are very busy. It's a sad thing that we're as busy as we are. My duties, make sure, I guess it's my goal to make sure that each of the individuals that I see in my court, in my mental health commitment court, understand that their well-being is first and foremost in my decision process. Oftentimes they don't like the decision I make, but I do convince them that it's for their best, or at least I tell them that, and they do understand my sincerity, I believe. So we have come a long way in the mental health field, but this is something that we have to work together on in the future and continue to make strides. We have a lot of work still left to do. So working together is mandatory in this area as well. So thank you, everyone who's here that's in the mental health field, that's working in our community to make this better.
So Neil, we've talked a lot about local projects and some of your job roles. Is Smith County involved in any regional efforts as well?
Yeah, and I'm actually glad you brought this question up because we're involved in several regional initiatives. We joined multiple counties recently in requesting an increase in road funding from the state. Currently, the state motor fuels tax generates, and I'm going to get a few facts and figures here, generates approximately $3.85 billion annually, and only a small portion, $7.3 million, is allocated to the county roads, which is a separate fund, and that's divided among 254 counties. So we have done resolutions with a lot of other county judges across Texas, and we're pushing to make a change. We want to reallocate 5% of the state motor fuels tax to the county roads, and also 5% of the EV registration fee, which will dramatically change our funding in county roads. We handle most of the county. Most of the roads in the counties are county roads, so we need that funding.
All right, so before we ask the final question, I'm going to go off script.
Well, before you go off script, I forgot to tell you something else. So I got an even bigger project. I got another big regional project I need to talk about. So everyone's read about the water situation and the group that wanted to come in to some of our close counties in East Texas and take groundwater out and take it to DFW. Well, I've heard from many of you constituents that you leave our East Texas water alone, and I agree with you. We've heard you, and we're answering that call. And we're working right now. We're working with a lot of different people, the local chambers, our elected officials in the state, ETCON, contiguous county leadership, and we're all looking at the possibility of joining an existing groundwater conservation district or starting our own. We want to protect this valuable and precious commodity for this community.
So first of all, I want to say thank you for asking me to do this versus asking me to stand on the top of the dome as it's coming in. So thank you for that. And then I'd like to ask all of us to say thank you to you and to Valley for your service. So let's give Neil a All right, now back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, so this final question is broad in a sense. It has to do with what we as the public witness daily regarding our county. We see lots of mojo, lots of progress, lots of growth. And we live in an amazing community that's quite a blessing. And so if you would just share what's the real basis of this positive momentum that we see?
Yes, I want to address that in a couple of ways. I agree with you that we are blessed to live here in this community, and I know everybody in here feels the same way. Let me be clear that I can't take any of the credit for any momentum that we have. My team at Smith County, and they're well represented here today, is remarkable. I'm surrounded by very sharp, very motivated individuals, but the credit doesn't only go to them as well. It is spread across the entire county. As you look around this room, there are people here. This room is full of partners. I can't thank everyone enough. I speak to other counties, and they cannot believe the involvement and partnerships from individuals, school districts, higher education institutions, civic clubs within our community. They don't have that, and they're all begging for that. And they said, how do you do it? And I said, well, they're doing it already. I mean, they're moving that way. And it's because of folks like you guys in here. I would just encourage you to keep encouraging others to stay motivated and to stay involved, because we can see things really move. And I've got the Helen Keller quote up there, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. So very, very special. I want to say right now, thank you to so many of you guys, the Tyler Area Chamber of Commerce, Green Acres Church, our Heath Walker and his lovely wife, and our generous sponsors. Thank you, and especially my wife, 40 years, Valley, thank you. I want to personally thank you all, too, for your support as I head into my next 4-year term as your county judge. I'm humbled and honored to serve you. So let's keep pressing forward, and thank you for being here today, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
Well done, sir.
So Judge Franklin, thank you. Whether you're wearing a judge's robes or a Cape Crusaders cape, your leadership is meaningful in this community, and we're grateful that we have 4 more years of your leadership as we press forward into the future. So once again, help me thank Judge Franklin. At this time, please once again direct your attention to the screens for a message from our third lunch sponsor, Southside Bank.
Had this one customer that her husband had passed away. She was lost and didn't know how to handle her finances. I was able to help her get her finances in order and to get her back on track. And we built it up. During that time, we built a trust between each other that she could count on me for anything.
My husband passed away 4 years ago and left me with a big mess. And she has helped me through everything because I didn't understand how my banking, my finances, or anything. I would bring pieces of paper into her that really didn't have anything to do with the bank. And she, out of the folder, she called people up and she got it straightened out for me. I mean, I just couldn't have got along without her these last 4 years, and I treasure her. Everybody, even when I walk into the bank, everybody smiles and says good morning, and it's a really, really nice place. I come in just to say hi. They are so helpful and kind and considerate, and they always do the extra mile for you.
So one of the things I love about Southside Bank, where my business is, what I've taught my employees to do is to have that respectful relationship. Eye contact, how are you doing today, back and forth. That's very important to me. That's how I feel like I've been treated as a good customer. So when I come to Southside, I kind of expect, I come in and I often don't go through the drive-through line because I want to come in and experience that. Hope does such a wonderful job of training all the employees here to do that.
Obviously, there's a bank on every corner. Southside Bank is so focused on building relationships. You mean more to us than just a number. We want to take care of our customers and we want what's best for them.
As we begin to wrap up another memorable State of the County luncheon today, I want to go into some thank yous, but let me start with thanking you for showing up today. That's been our challenge for this year. We've said we want to show up. We want to be people that show up. Show up for our neighbors, show up for your county, show up for the people who need to know someone is in their corner. And while we're there, we choose love. We choose generosity over suspicion. We choose encouragement over indifference. And we choose to believe that Smith County's best chapter hasn't been written yet. Because I believe that, and I think you do too. Thank you to the chamber staff and volunteers. The Contactors Club did amazing work to put on another great event. Can you join me in saying thank you to them? Thank you once again to Work Construction, Fitzpatrick Architects, Henry & Peters, and Southside Bank for making today possible. Thank you, Judge Franklin and Commissioner Caraway, and thank you to every single person in this room for caring enough to show up. And before we adjourn, a quick reminder to make sure you have 2 chamber events on your radar. On April 23rd, join us for the business after hours from 5 to 7 p.m. at Calvin Photography. It's an evening of good conversation and genuine connection. Feel free to come as you are. And on May 23rd, we'll gather again for the State of the City and the Leadership Title Graduation Luncheon at 11:30 a.m. at the W.T. Busher Conference Center. It is one of my favorite events of the year, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for being here, and we are adjourned.